Hey guys, Wally and Noah here. We're keeping this. Wally and Noah here, and somebody else. If you can't see, this is
Hey,
David.
yeah, David.
Today we're doing an interview part of Korear Cast. What do? We ask a lot of questions.
And you give a lot of answer.
That's right.
A lot of answer. Plural.
Well, he answered each question gets one answer. I don't want this.
No, I want all of the answers.
That's
all
previous
of
English teaching. Lots of answer.
So, first question everyone needs to know. Where are you from?
England.
All right. Which part of England?
Oxford.
That's in Mississippi. I've been there. Easy. Done.
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been in Korea?
In Korea, 3 years.
3 years.
3 years. So have you been in like the Daejeon? We live. I'm not gonna say where you live because that can incriminate. We live in Daejeon, and he happens to be at our apartment and works with us. So have you been almost exclusively in Daejeon, or where have you lived?
Yeah, so 2 years in Daejeon and 1 year in Seoul.
Oh, okay.
That's where I started actually.
That was the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning, yes.
David the Genesis.
That's a pretty cool title.
And have you taught anywhere else before coming to Korea?
No, never. The first time I taught was in Korea.
I didn't even give people directions. Didn't teach you anything. Where's the store? Find out yourself.
I don't know.
So, what got you started into? Did you like teaching, or how did you feel?
So I never had.
What was your emotional roller coaster that got you?
That is a good question. I'd never taught, like I said, and I just wanted to try. A lot of people told me it's very gratifying to do.
I heard the same thing about drugs.
No, we're not going to talk about it.
Don't do those.
If you hear those things, that's a no thing. This is a good thing, right?
It's teaching, right?
Yeah.
Yes, teaching.
Yeah, no. So it's I never tried. I just wanted to give it a try again, see what happens, and I really enjoyed.
You made it to 2 years, so I mean, you re-signed once.
Exactly.
Right? You did signing contracts both times. So yeah, he got a thumbs up 1 year. I was like, I'll do it again.
It's surprising, yes. They wanted me to come back, but
They wanted me to come back. I wanted to come. Everybody was surprised. I had a job. People wanted me to keep the job first.
Now, a little bit about your teaching career over the past 2 years. Have you mainly taught at Hagwons or public schools?
only Hagwons, yes. I thought about trying public schools, but never got up to it, Tennessee. So
Didn't do well at them when I did.
that's another question.
How did you do in public school? So, have you done anything outside the realm of teaching? Because you've been here 2 years. You've taught only at Hagwons. Have you done anything else?
I started as in a marketing company, doing a bit of everything really.
Hey.
From marketing to developing an app for some reason. Don't ask why.
In English, right?
In English. That and a bit of voice acting. And yeah, that's it basically, yeah.
And a little bit of modeling, maybe?
Well, not modeling, I wasn't an ad, but that was for the same company I worked in before. So it's strange.
My boss hired me, okay? It's weird on him. It's not me saying I'm beautiful. He's agreed.
He's just looking for a random person.
Yeah.
I just happened to be there.
I happen to have a face and be in the frame.
And so, we know your hours right now at your school, but have you taught at different hours?
Well, I know. Wally doesn't pay much attention. I know what times you work. I'm going to test you.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to tell me, and I'm going to nod my head if that's true.
The whole time.
So hours, we do 1 to 9 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's right. And 2 to 10 on Tuesday, Thursdays.
I think that's true.
Have you done any different hours working at the other Hagwons?
I did have a job at another Hagwon, and that was 10 to 6, I think.
Yeah, 9 till 6 a.m. No, so that was a little bit of an earlier job, right?
It was a bit, yes.
So, do you prefer one work schedule over the other?
I would say what we have now is better. Because guess what we have. Are you talking about our friendship, or are you talking about the time? Yes.
Yes.
That's the power of friendship. All right, so why do you prefer the later shift really for Hagwons, I suppose?
I think it just because the other school I was at was a bit far. I had to travel an hour to go there every day.
I can see where that's inconvenient.
And so it wasn't really 10 to 6. It was more like 9 to 7. But for the hours themselves, I like having my morning free to do things like going to the gym or just going for a walk or even sleeping.
Or sleep until time for work and then get off work and go back to sleep.
This is an interview about David, not Wally.
Yeah.
David.
He said occasionally. See, this is always sleep, occasionally never sleeps. All right, so how do you traveled to work? Did you like take a train, bus? How do you? Because these people might not have been to Korea. Some might be in Korea and testing you. See, so how do you feel about traveling to Korea? Because I know, like in America, it's a lot different.
Yeah, you
and
drive.
in Oxford, England, which I've never been to, it's probably a lot different.
It is a bit different, yes, but it was quite comfortable. I took the metro to the bus stop and the bus to the other bus stop.
And the bus.
And that's it. It only had to change once, and it was about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't too bad. It's just had to be done.
And it's not too expensive, right? I mean, I've only taken a lot of the trains to like Seoul, like main areas, but it's pretty cheap, right?
Oh, it's very cheap. I think to put it in American terms.
American terms. About 3 eagle feathers.
It's about $1.50, I think.
That's what I said, 3.
Oh,
That's the same thing.
You clearly aren't from Oxford, Mississippi.
So, the big one. Other than the hours, what would you say the benefits are for teaching at a Hagwon?
I would say you choose your own schedule in a way, not in terms of hours, but in terms of what you teach, which isn't scheduled really. Actually, yes, you're right. So I messed up on this one. You do get to choose what you want to teach. They give you the basics and tell you this is what you need to accomplish, and then you decide a way of doing it.
And then you just tackle it.
Yeah, well, that's how I lost my job the first time.
That's why I had to find a different Hagwon. And this one's not an hour away. It really worked out for me tackling those kids.
That was nice.
So did you have any difficulty, have you ever had difficulty, putting together all the schedules and syllabus and things like that? Because, whenever they just give you, 1 to 9 to just teach, you ever have trouble putting 1 to 9 together,
The first time, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the first month. I was just given.
Well, I did the first 6 months, and we're only 5.
That's why I hear it.
Yeah.
But yes, you're given a lot of documents and you're given a lot of instructions, and you just try to make sense of everything. Now, you can ask questions, obviously, but you don't always want to because it's,
I've noticed it's very intimidating because
it can be. Yeah.
You could get the answer you're looking for, or you could get an explanation of the answer. I really just wanted something direct because I don't know what I'm doing.
No, that's not based on anything.
Yeah.
At all. Definitely not
I'm sure
experienced.
other people do. I was talking about when I ask Wally questions.
Totally.
He's like, I don't teach that class. I've only been here a month. Just like, well, I'm not asking my other anybody else. Well, so Wally's asking about all the pluses because he's a big,
I'm a positive person.
I was going to say a big plus, and that sounds kind of weird.
No,
And I'm a very negative person, which
your mom
that
will
sounds
teach
worse
you.
somehow.
that's worse.
So what do you think some of the negative effects of working at the job you've had, some of the big downsides? The big downsides.
The big downsides.
We're not talking the elevator's broken at work because I've been through that. It's
Which
still
is
broken.
7 floors.
We teach on the 7th floor and the elevator's out. That's a little inconvenience. Tell me a big inconvenience, a big disadvantage.
Actually, I would say the holidays.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Thinking about it, actually. The holidays, you don't... Well, here where we are now, actually, because I've had other people able to choose their own holidays, but where we are now, you're not able to. You're given a time to do something and not always a lot of time in advance, which can be bothering, but really, at least it's holidays, right?
Yeah, you get time off, but it can be completely random.
Exactly, yes.
Now, I had a job previously before I came here. I don't know if anybody knows that or not, but I tried to make up my own holidays, and they didn't.
No, it worked for me. I said bye, and then I went to Hawaii. It worked.
Wally's going to Hawaii month. You've never heard of that? It's international.
Yeah.
Hawaii's nice, in case you're wondering.
Not a sponsor.
Sponsor.
Now, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
So along the same question he was asking, the hours for this place, but overall, but overall, what would you say the biggest downside to working at a Hagwon is? Not just this one.
Not just this one.
All of them.
I'm not very sure, to be honest, because it depends really where you're at. So some Hagwons have big cons, some have big pros. It really depends where you end up, really.
Mm-hmm.
So some can be amazing for hours, some can be not so good. So I don't know, really. It's I think I would say one of the biggest problems I've heard, anyway, is management. Like in some Hagwons, you get some not so nice bosses. Here we're not too bad here, which is lucky, but
I've had a lot worse bosses.
Exactly.
But I've had a lot worse jobs too.
Now, this is for
a lot of build up people.
yeah. This is for everyone that's watching. I know the big question that we get on our TEFL Facebook page is,
why am I so beautiful?
No, is
that's just my profile.
What do you recommend when you're trying to look for a job, as in looking for a Hagwon? Because a lot of questions that I get are, I don't want to go here, but this is the only option that they're giving me.
So do you have like 3 characteristics maybe of like what you would consider a good school? Like if you were to look through advertisements for like a job.
I would say the pay, obviously, because I mean we do need to live on it. The hours, obviously, and again the bosses. I'm sorry, always comes back to the same 3. So, as in,
we obviously had to talk to our boss before we got a job, but we've only had this one. So how do you feel like you can how did you determine whether like it was going to be a good boss or like a bad? How would you?
Unfortunately, you can't really.
So it's kind of a step.
It's just a feeling.
It is a feeling, and you arrive somewhere, and it's either an amazing experience or it's not so good. Not terrible necessarily, but it's not necessarily super fun. Yes. So it depends, and again, the environment can really change. You know, I had some really good friends at one Hagwon, and another one. Not that one, maybe. A team which wasn't so nice. People who didn't really want to do anything, just wanted to work and then go home and done. You know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm pretty happy now.
You're a coworker. That's
exactly.
You'll never be anything more than that. that was serious.
Oh.
Now, I don't like ending because, like you said, I'm a positive person. I don't like ending on negative notes. So, best thing about Korea.
Ooh. Absolute best. If you think of 2 things, that's not the best.
Right,
and you have to say 2 things, which is me and Noah.
Oh, obviously. I mean, you're obviously on the podium. But
yes.
I'm sorry to say the gold medal does go to the food.
Oh yeah?
Definitely the food. It's very different from what we have back home. Oh, it's so tasty.
It's not bangers and mash or.
It is not bangers and mash.
Hey, fish and chips are delicious.
Do they have that here?
They do?
A version, yes.
Yeah. They kind of have like a lot of different versions of like American British. They have a lot of different cuisines, but it's all different, right? Like
it is, yes.
I've never had anything that it tasted exactly like it did in America, but it's never bad. It's not ever like a bad version of it, really.
No, it's never bad. I've never had. Actually, that's a good point. I've never had bad food in Korea.
Hey.
Maybe I was lucky. I don't know, but
it's a 2-year streak too. So I mean.
Exactly. That's 3 actually. Yes.
Like almost 700 days or over. I don't know math.
I ate silkworms. I have not had that experience.
All right, so
but that's the only bad thing.
So Wally's favorite food is silkworms. What would you say your favorite food in South Korea has been?
Definitely kimchi jjigae, which is stew. It's
as the British call it, kimchi stew.
Exactly, kimchi stew with meat and peppers. Very, very nice.
Have you had kimchi jjigae?
I have. I do enjoy it, which is again, if you watch
Let me clarify. I have enjoyed it, but here's the
again, if you watch the videos of us trying foods, I'm not a big spicy fan, and it can get spicy.
I think it's really good, but also I like kimchi. I like spicy foods, and it's a stew, which any British person likes. I'm not British. I was just.
But I do enjoy it, which is saying a lot because generally I do not like spicy foods. So.
All right. So what are the David words of wisdom to bring us out to bring us home?
But I'm not sure wisdom is the right word.
I'm an English teacher that was an English. I just felt like I didn't. The words of wisdom, maybe do a job. I don't know.
I don't know. I would say try Korea definitely for sure. Like if it's something you feel like trying, going abroad, Korea is an amazing place to be. So give it a try.
Oh, that's fair enough.
It's good.
Good idea. Should do it. Pretty positive.
You guys tune in. We'll have more interviews coming. Korear Cast with Wally, Noah, and this time, David.